For I always pray to the God of our Master, Yeshua Jesus. I pray to the God of Jesus Christ, the Father of glory and all power. I pray to him that he may grant you a spirit of wisdom and a spirit of revelation. I pray to the God of Jesus Christ that you might get insight into mysteries and secrets. I pray to the God of Jesus Christ that you might get deep and intimate knowledge of him. I'm asking God, the glorious Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, to give you spiritual wisdom and insight. I'm asking the God of Jesus Christ that you might be able to grow in your knowledge of God. I'm asking the God of our Lord Yeshua the Messiah. I'm asking the glorious Father, the glorious Father, the glory-filled Father. I'm asking him to give you a spirit of wisdom and revelation so that you will have full knowledge of him. I pray that the glorious Father, the God of our Lord Yeshua Christ, would give you a spirit of wisdom and revelation as you are coming to know Christ better. I keep asking that the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the glorious Father, may give you the spirit of wisdom and revelation so that you may know him better. For I'm always praying to the strongest spirit. I'm always praying to the strongest spirit for you. I'm always asking the Lord, the Master, the God of our Master, God, the Rescuer, the Christ, the supernatural visitor. I'm always praying to the highest God, the Father of glory, so that you might be granted a spirit of wisdom and a spirit of revelation, that you might be given insight into mysteries and secrets in the deep and intimate knowledge of him. I'm always asking the strongest spirit, the one who is the one who Jesus Christ calls Father. I'm always asking the strongest spirit to give you spiritual wisdom. I'm always asking the strongest spirit to give you spiritual insight so that you might grow in your intimate understanding and your depth of knowledge about that strongest spirit, to befriend that strongest spirit, to be one in friendship with Jesus himself, the one who designed you, our designer, our architect, our creator. I keep asking that the God of our Lord Jesus Christ, the glorious Father, might give you the spirit of wisdom and revelation. I'm always praying and asking the strongest spirit to give you insight and deepen an intimate, deep knowledge of him. You knowing the strongest spirit now, always. The Song of Songs, the most excellent song of them all, which is Solomon's song. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, she cries. Then, realizing that Solomon has arrived and has heard her speech, she turns to him and adds, may he kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for your love is better than wine. And she continues, the odor of your fragrance, your ointments. Oh, it's amazing. Your name is like perfume poured out. Therefore the maidens love you. Draw me, call to me. Draw me close to you, and we will run after you. The king brings me into his apartments. We will be glad and rejoice in you, O King that we adore. We will recall the times when we received the favor of your love. We will recall the times of your love that are more fragrant than wine. The upright are not offended at how you choose to love. The upright love you regardless, and sincerely love you. The upright sincerely love you and are not offended by any of your choices. And I am so black, I am tanned, but you are lovely and pleasant. I am so black, says the maiden, but you are lovely and pleasant, the ladies assured her. O you daughters of Jerusalem, I am dark-skinned, I am tan. I'm as dark as the tents of the Bedouin tribe of Kedar, like the black tents. I am dark like the beautiful curtains of Solomon. Please do not look at me, said the maiden. My skin, it's swarthy. I have worked out in the sun, and the sun has left its mark on me. My stepbrothers were angry with me, and they made me the keeper of the vineyards. And my own vineyard, my complexion, my skin, I have not personally kept. It is so very dark. Speaking to her shepherd, she said, Tell me, you far away, you whom my soul loves, tell me, you, where are you? Where do you pasture your flock? Where are you making your flock lie down at noontime? Why should I be like one beside the flocks of your companions? I am thinking of you. Why should I be straying so far away, straying amongst the flocks of other shepherds, as I am thinking of you? Where do you pasture your flock? Where are you at noontime? And then they answer, If you do not know where your lover is, O you fairest among women, run along and follow the tracks of his flock. Follow all the flocks and amuse yourself by pasturing your kids besides the shepherd's tents. Just run amongst all the shepherds if you do not know where your lover is. "O my love," the shepherd said, as he finally saw her. "O my love, you remind me of my favorite mare in the chariot regions of Pharaoh. You remind me of my favorite mare in the chariot corrals of Pharaoh. Your cheeks are comely with ornaments, and your neck is lovely with a string of jewels. We will make for you chains and ornaments of gold studded with silver. While the king sits at his table," she said, "my spikenard, my fragrant lover, sends forth his fragrance over me as I sit in the king's presence. I smell and remember the scent of my absent lover. My beloved shepherd, the one I long for, is to me like a bag of myrrh that lies in my bosom to bring sweet scent. The scent of my absent lover I can smell even far away in the king's presence. My beloved shepherd is to me like a cluster of fragrant henna flowers in the vineyards of En-Gedi that are so famous for the fragrant blossoms, and all the shrubs that make perfume in the air. My beloved shepherd is like a beautiful cluster of flowers in a fragrant vineyard. Behold, you are beautiful, my love. Behold, you are beautiful. You have dove's eyes. She cried to him, Behold, you are beautiful, my beloved shepherd. Yes, delightful. Our arbor and our couch, they are green and leafy. The beams of our house are made of cedar, beautiful. And our rafters and panels, the panels of our house are made of cypress or pine. They are beautiful, shiny, and fragrant. She said, I am only a little rose. I am only like a tiny little crocus on the plain of Sharon, or a tiny little lily of the valley that grows in deep and difficult places to walk. I am only a tiny one. But Solomon the king replied, Like a lily among thorns, so are you, my love. Like a lily among thorns, among all the daughters. So are you, like a lily among thorns, like an apple tree in the midst of the trees of the wood that bear no fruit. This is what my beloved shepherd is like among the sons of our region, cried the girl. My shepherd, he is like an apple tree, like sweet fruit where there is no fruit. I am delighted to sit under his shadow, the shadow of my shepherd. His fruit and what he gave to me was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. For love waved as a protecting veil and a wing of protection and a comforting banner over my head. When I was near him, the banner of love was spread over my head. Sustain me with raisins, refresh me with your tasty apples, for I am sick with love. I can feel his left hand under my head, and his right hand embraces me, says the maiden. He said, Solomon said, I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles, or by the beautiful deer of the field, which are free to follow their own instincts. I charge you, and I challenge you that you try not to stir up or awaken love until it pleases. And she replied vividly, The voice of my beloved shepherd. Behold, he comes leaping upon the mountains, bounding over the hills, quickly. My beloved is like a gazelle or a young deer. Behold, he stands behind the wall of our house. He looks into the windows. He glances through the lattice. My beloved speaks and says to me, Rise up, my love, it is time. Now it is time, my fair one. Come away. For behold, the winter is past. The rain is over and gone. The flowers have appeared on the earth. It is time to go. The time of singing, the singing of birds has come, and the voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The fig tree puts forth and ripens her green figs, and the vines are in blossom. and they give forth their fragrance. Arise, my love, my fair one, come away, now is the time. So I went with him, said the maiden, and when we were climbing the rocky slopes up the hillside, the difficult places, my beloved shepherd said to me, "Oh, my dove, while you are here in the seclusion, in these clefts of the solid rock, while you are here in the sheltered and secret place of this cliff, let me see your face. Let me hear your voice, for your voice is sweet. Your song is sweet, and your face is lovely." My heart was touched, said the maiden, and I fervently sang to him my desire. Take for us the foxes. Take the little foxes that spoil the vineyard of our love. Remove those things that spoil the vineyards of our love, because our vineyards are in blossom. She said precisely and distinctly, "My beloved is mine, and I am his. He pastures his flocks among the lilies." Then, longingly addressing her absent shepherd, she cried, "Until the day breaks and the shadows flee away, return hastily, O my beloved. Return hastily and be like a gazelle or a young deer as you leap over the mountains that separate us, and return and return and return to me." In the night I dreamed that I sought the one whom I love, she said. In the night I dreamed that I was looking for him, but I could not find him. In the night I dreamed, so I decided to go out into the city, into the streets, into the broad streets that are so confusing to a country girl, looking through these streets, looking for him whom my soul loves. I sought him, but I could not find him. The watchmen who go about the city at night found me, and I said to them, "Have you seen the one whom my soul loves?" I had gone just a little way past them when I found him whom my soul loves. I held him, would not let him go. I held him, would not let him go. I held him and would not let him go until I brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her who conceived me. I adjure you, I solemnly encourage you, O daughters of Jerusalem, by the gazelles or by the deer of the field, who are free to do as they please. I adjure you, please do not stir up or awaken love until it pleases. Who or what is this? The maiden asked. Who is this that comes gliding out of the wilderness like stately pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense and all the fragrant powders of the merchant? Who is this? Someone answered, "Behold, it is the traveling car of Solomon, the carried chair by the servants. 60 mighty men are around that walking chair, the 60 of the mighty men of Israel. They all handle the sword, they are expert in war. Here comes the traveling chair of Solomon. Every man has his sword upon his thigh, that fear might not be excited in the night. King Solomon made himself a car or a palanquin from the cedar wood of Lebanon. a finely carved chair carried by servants. He made its posts of silver, he made the back of it of gold, and the seat made of purple, the inside of it lovingly and intricately wrought in needlework by the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O you daughters of Zion, and gaze upon King Solomon wearing the crown with which his mother Bathsheba crowned him on the day of his wedding. On the day of his wedding and the gladness of his heart. How fair you are, my love, he said. How very fair. Your eyes behind your veil remind me of those of a dove. Your hair makes me think of the black, wavy fleece of a flock of the Arabian goats, which one sees trailing down Mount Gilead, the beautiful mountain beyond the Jordan, the beautiful mountain on the very edge of the desert, where the black flocks of goats come down. This is your hair. Your teeth are like a flock of shorn ewe sheep that have come up from the washing, so bright. They are all in pairs, and none is missing among them. Your lips are like a thread of scarlet, and your mouth is lovely. Your cheeks are like halves of a pomegranate behind your veil. Your neck is like the Tower of David, built for strength and arsenal, whereupon hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields shining shields. Your 2 breasts are like 2 fawns, like twins of a gazelle, that feed among the lilies. Your breasts are like the twins of a gazelle that feed among the lilies, until the day breaks and the shadows flee away. Until the shadows flee away in my thoughts, I will get to the mountain of myrrh and the hill of frankincense. Until the day breaks, I will seek him, and I will find him whom my soul adores. He exclaimed, "O my love, how beautiful you are! There is no flaw in you. Come away with me from Lebanon, my promised bride. Come with me from Lebanon. Depart from the top of Amana. Depart from the peak of Senir and Hermon. Depart from the lions' dens, from the mountains of the leopards. You have ravished my heart and given me courage, my sister. You are my promised bride. You have ravished my heart and given me courage with one look from your eyes, with one jewel of your necklace. How beautiful is your love, my sister, my promised bride. How much better is your love than wine. How much better is the fragrance of your ointments than all the spices of the world. Your lips, O my promised bride, your lips drop honey as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the odor of your garments is like the odor of Lebanon. A garden enclosed and walled with a gate is my sister, my promised bride. A garden enclosed, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed, a veiled fountain. Your shoots are an orchard of pomegranates, or a paradise with precious fruits, henna with spikenard plants, spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, with all of the favorite spices. You are a fountain springing up in a garden. You are a well of living waters and flowing streams from Lebanon. You have called me a garden, she said. Oh, I pray that the cold north wind and the soft south wind may blow upon my garden, that its spices may flow out perfectly, in abundance for you, in whom my soul delights. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat its choicest fruits. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat. I have come into my garden, my sister, my promised bride. I have gathered my myrrh with my balsam and spice. From your sweet words, my sister, I have gathered the richest perfumes and spices. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends. Feast on, O revelers of the palace. You can never make my lover disloyal to me. Never. Drink, yes, drink abundantly of love, O precious one. For now I know you are mine, irrevocably mine. With his confident words, still thrilling her heart, through the lattice, she saw her shepherd turn away and disappear into the night. Gone. I went to sleep, but my heart stayed awake, she said. I dreamed that I heard the voice of my beloved as he knocked at the door of my mother's cottage. Open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my spotless one, he said. For I am wet with the heavy night dew, my hair is covered with wetness. But the maiden said, I am weary from a day in the vineyards. I am already resting. I had put off my garment. How could I again put it on? I had washed my feet. How could I again soil them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door, and my heart was moved for him. I rose up to open for my beloved, and my hands dripped with myrrh, and my fingers with liquid. My fingers dripped with sweet-scented myrrh, which he had left upon the handles of the bolt. I opened for my beloved, but my beloved had turned away and withdrawn himself and was gone. My soul went forth to him when he spoke, but it failed me, and now he was gone. I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer. The watchmen who go about the city found me. They struck me. They wounded me. The men, the keepers of the walls, they took my veil. They took my mantle away from me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if you find my beloved, that you tell him that I am sick from love, simply sick, to be with him. What is your beloved more than another beloved? O you fairest among women, taunted the ladies. The ladies spoke and mocked. What is your beloved more than any other beloved, that you should give us such a charge?" She said, "My beloved is fair and strong, fearless, the chief among 10,000. His head is as precious as the finest gold. The adornment of his locks are curly and bushy and black as a raven. His eyes are like doves beside the water brooks. Bathed in milk, fitly set, his eyes are. His cheeks are like a bed of spices or balsam. His cheeks are like banks of sweet herbs, yielding fragrance. His lips are like blood-red anemones or lilies. His lips distilling liquid, sweet-scented myrrh. His hands are like rods of gold, set with nails of beryl or topaz. His body is a figure of bright ivory, overlaid with veins of sapphires. His legs are like strong and steady pillars of marble, set upon bases of fine gold. His appearance is like Lebanon, excellent, stately, and majestic as the cedars. His voice and speech are exceedingly sweet. Yes, he is altogether lovely. The whole of him delights. The whole of him is precious. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughters of Jerusalem. Where has your beloved gone, O maiden, O you fairest among the women? The ladies asked again. Again the ladies showed their interest in this remarkable person whom the Shulamite had championed with such unstinted praise. They too wanted to know him and see him. "Who is this one?" they said. "Where is your beloved hiding himself? For we would seek him with you, to see him, to know him." The maiden replied, "My beloved has gone down to his garden, to the beds of spices. My beloved has gone down to feed in the gardens and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's garden, and my beloved is mine. He feeds among the lilies which grow there." He, the shepherd, says, "You are as beautiful as Tirzah, capital of the beautiful northern kingdom, and the first king. You are as beautiful as the city of Tirzah, my love, and as comely as Jerusalem. But you are as terrible as a bannered army. Turn away your flashing eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Your hair is like a flock of goats, black, trailing down from Mount Gilead. Your teeth are like a flock of ewes coming from their washing, of which all are in pairs, and not one of them is missing. Your cheeks are like halves of a pomegranate behind your veil. There are 60 queens. There are 80 concubines, and there are virgins without number, but my dove, my undefiled and perfect one, she stands alone above them all. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her who bore her. The daughters saw her and called her blessed and happy. Yes, the queens and the concubines, they all praised her. The ladies asked, "Who is this that looks forth like the dawn, fair as the moon, clear and pure as the sun, and terrible as a bannered army. The maiden, the Shulamite, replied, I went down into the nut orchard one day to look at the green plants of the valley. I went down into the orchard to see whether the grapevine had budded and whether the pomegranates were in flower. Before I was aware of what was happening, my desire to roam about had brought me into the area of the princes of my people and the king's retinue and his associates. I began to run away, but they called to me, Return, return, O maid. Return, O Shulamite. Return, that we may look upon you. I replied, she said, What is there for you to see in the poor little maiden, in the little Shulamite? And they answered, As upon a dance in front of two armies, or a dance of Mahanaim. Then her companions began noticing and commenting on the attractiveness of her person. How beautiful are your feet in sandals, O queenly maiden. Your rounded limbs are like jeweled chains, the work of a master hand. Your body is like a round goblet in which no mixed wine is wanting. Your abdomen is like a heap of wheat set about with lilies. Your two breasts are like two fawns, the twins of a gazelle. Your neck is like a tower of ivory. Your eyes are like the pools of Heshbon by the gate of Beth Rabbim. Your nose is like the tower of Lebanon, which looks towards Damascus. Your head crowns you like Mount Carmel, and the hair of your head like purple. Then, seeing the king watching the girl, as he had admired her and was absorbed in viewing her, the speaker who was speaking added, The king is held captive by the tresses of your hair. The king came forward, saying, How fair and how pleasant you are, O love, with your delights. Your stature is that of a palm tree, and your bosom like its clusters of dates, declared the king. I resolve that I will climb the palm tree, I will grasp its branches. Let your breasts be like clusters of the grapevine, and the scent of your breath like apples, and your kisses like the best wine. Then the maiden, the Shulamite, interrupted the king. The wine that goes down smoothly and sweetly for my beloved, gliding over his lips while he sleeps. My beloved, my shepherd. She proudly said, I am my beloved's, and his desire is towards me. She said, Come, my beloved, let us go forth into the field, let us lodge in the villages. Let us go out early to the vineyards and see whether the vines have budded, whether the grape blossoms have opened, and whether the pomegranates are in bloom. There I will give you my love. The mandrakes. The mandrakes give forth fragrance. The mandrakes give forth fragrance, and over our doors are all manner of choice fruits, new and old, which I have laid up for you, O my beloved. Looking forward to the shepherd's arrival, the eager girl pictures their meeting. And she says, Oh, that you were like my brother, who nursed from the breasts of my mother as well. If I should find you around me, I would kiss you. Oh, if you were only close like my brother. I would kiss you, yes, and none would despise me for it. I would lead you, and I would bring you into the house of my mother, who would instruct me. I would cause you to drink spiced wine. I would cause you to drink of the juice of my pomegranates. Then musingly she added, oh, that his left hand were under my head. Oh, that his right hand embraced me. I adjure you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that you never, ever again attempt to stir up or awaken love until it pleases. Who is this who comes up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? And as they sighted the home of her childhood, the bride said, under the apple tree I awakened you. There your mother gave you birth. There she was in travail and bore you. Set me like a seal upon your heart. Set me like a seal upon your arm, for love is as strong as death. Jealousy is as hard and cruel as Sheol, the place of the dead. The flashes of jealousy are like flashes of fire. The flashes of envy are like a most vehement flame, the very flame of God, Yahweh. Love and jealousy are like a flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. If a man would offer all the goods of his house for love, he would be utterly scorned and despised. Gathered with her family and the wedding guests in her mother's cottage, the bride said to her stepbrothers, when I was a little girl, you said, we have a little sister, and she has no breasts. What shall we do for our sister on the day when she is spoken for in marriage? If she is a wall, discreet and womanly, we will build upon her a turret of silver to keep ones away. But if she is a door, if she is bold and flirtatious and open, we will enclose her interior and decorate her interior with boards of cedar, so she will be good in her welcoming. Well, said the maiden, I am a wall. I am a wall with battlements and towers, and my breasts are like the towers of the battlements. And then was I in the king's eyes as one to be respected, and to be allowed to find peace, because I stood firm and closed. Solomon had a vineyard at Baal Harmon. He let out the vineyard to keepers. He loaned it. Everyone was to bring him 1,000 pieces of silver for its fruit. You, O Solomon, can have your 1,000 pieces of silver, and those who tend the fruit of it, 200. But my vineyard, which is mine, with all of its beauty, is mine and is before me. O you who dwell in the gardens, your companions have been listening to your voice. Now cause me to hear it. Joyfully the radiant bride turned to him. The radiant bride turned to the one who is altogether lovely, the chief among 10,000, to her soul. She turned to him, and with unconcealed eagerness to begin her life of sweet companionship with him, she answered, make haste, my beloved. Make haste and come quickly, like a gazelle or a young deer, and take me to our waiting home upon the mountains of spices. Tosinako Kuroma Kyando. I am always praying to the strongest spirit, the spirit who sent our Master, Yehoshua, the empowered rescuer. I always pray to the strongest God, the Father of lovely glory and power. I always pray to him that he may grant you a spirit of wisdom and revelation. I always pray to the Father of glory that he might grant you a spirit of insight into mysteries, that he might grant you an understanding of secrets. I always pray to the strongest spirit so that you might have a deep and intimate knowledge of him, better and better, and always increasing.